During my building in the terminal with multiple chats open using Cloud Code, I lost the oversight of what was happening. I didn't know how long I was active in a specific conversation. I had no idea about my usage, like how close am I to being cut off, to having to wait for a few hours and not being able to continue. So I thought, let's make myself aware of it so I can anticipate and change my actions. So what did I build? I actually built a simple overview so that I can easily see like what the status of my chat is. And the most important thing here is the context of the chat. Now I'm using Opus 4.7, 1 million context window. Pretty much anything I do, but that doesn't mean I use all those 1 million tokens. No, after half of it, like 500,000, quality is way less than at the beginning 100,000. So I try to keep my context from the chat as short as possible. That's the most important thing. That's probably what you've seen other people use as well. Now, another thing that works for me that's really nice is I have all the usage limits. So Cloud 5 hour, Cloud 7 days, Codex 5 hour, and Codex 7 days below that. So that I can easily see when I'm running into my limits. Now for Cloud, that probably isn't much of the case as for Codex. For Codex, I am on a smaller plan where I just do some review stuff. I do most of my stuff with Cloud, and that's actually on the max plan. So I'm running sometimes to the limits, but not as often with Codex. So let me actually show you how I have structured it. It's this. So what I have is here the simple context from the chat. Here I have the 5 hour and 7 hour for Clouds. Here I have the 5 hour and 7 hour for Codex. Now it's green when it's below 50%, then it turns yellow and it turns red at about 75%. That is how I have it set right now for the colors. But in practice, how I use it is when it's 50%, I compact the chat or I start a new one. Now, maybe you notice this exclamation mark as well, and that is whenever the data is not updated for half an hour or more, then it shows this so that I can see that this data here is outdated. Yeah, so if I use the Codex CLI, then these values get updated. Now, for the other information, what it does is every 5 seconds, it starts polling and I get the updated values. So for Cloud, it's really active, also because I'm active in those chats anyway. And for Codex, I've added this since I'm not always using Codex, just for the reviewing. One other thing to know is I have here placed everything vertically below each other, and I've done it for a specific reason, because if I were to open multiple chats here, and let's say we do 3 of them, now I have a pretty small size here in width, but even though that is the case, I can still see everything at once. So I can easily have multiple chats next to each other and see an overview of what is happening. Yeah, just to show you, I'm here on a pretty small screen and I can still see everything from every single chat with 4 next to each other. So I definitely recommend this setup. I had a different one before. I didn't like it, so I moved it all vertically. In short, what do? When the context is too high, I start a new chat or I do the compact. This way, the quality of what Cloud does and also Codex is way higher, which means you get better results for the same inputs. So what is the lesson here to be learned? And that is make it visible, then you can act. I've set it up in a way so that I can always see what is happening in that specific chat. That makes me aware of it. And if something is not correct, then I can change it. One thing to add about making it visual, whenever I'm close to the usage limit for my Codex usage, I can actually decide to stop the reviewing with Codex in that specific chat and only use that usage in the chats where it matters. So I can change my behavior upon it. And this is all easy to do by making it visual for yourself. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments and I will see you in the next one.